Alright, we're a little late getting on the go with these Wimbledon predictions. It is Monday and the first round has started a few hours ago and we do have a few results. But I'm going to quickly give you my insight on what to watch for this week. Hurkacz is in the top half with Novak Djokovic. And I would have picked Hurkacz to go to the semis, and I still am. But he did lose the first two sets today to Alejandro Davidovich Fokina. And lucky for Mr. Hurkacz, the rain started and they had a delay. And now they're back out on court and Hurkacz has won sets 3 and 4. So I'm going to stand by that prediction that Hurkacz goes all the way to the semis. And it's pretty hard not to pick Djokovic to meet him in that semi. The other high seeds in the section are clay court specialists. Ruud, who says grass is for playing golf on. Carlos Alcaraz, of course, an amazing talent, but doesn't have the grass court experience. He's got Jan-Lennard Struff in the first round today. Struff has been injured, has not played a lot of tennis this year, but he did get into the warm-up over at Halle and played a few matches. Struffy, a good grass courter. That's an upset potential there. I believe it's already underway, and in fact, Struffy has just won the third set, so he's up 2-1. John Isner is in that section. You gotta consider the big servers. Serve and volley is a threat. Isner and Opelka are in there. Here's a good first round match. Yannick Sinner and Stan Wawrinka. Stan has won 3 out of the 4 majors. The only one he has not gotten yet, of course, is Wimbledon. I don't think he can do this, but Andy Murray, a dangerous floater in there. Duckworth first round. Isner Murray second round. That would be interesting. Murray, you just can't count the guy out. He's won Wimbledon. And there's something to be said for being a former champ. Maybe he's not quite at his best. He's had a lot of different surgeries and he's getting older, but he's got the intangibles, the mental part of the game. He steps out on center court. He knows at any given day he can beat anyone. And he did make a couple of fairly good runs. The grass court warm-ups matter, I'm telling you. If you don't play those warm-ups, you come in unprepared. I could see Murray get through the Isners and the Sinners, the Struffs. Oscar Ute is seeded. Good for you, Oscar. We've been watching you slug it out in the challengers for years. Now you got your ranking high enough to be seeded at a major. Good for you, pal. Djokovic Murray, quarterfinal maybe? Who does Djokovic? He needed 4 sets to get by Soon Woo Kwon today. Then he'll have Matrichuk or Kokkinakis. Kecmanovic would be the seed in the 3rd round. Opelka, Basilashvili, Sinner, Isner, Murray, Ute, Struffy or Alcaraz. I mean, you still got to show up and play these matches. I think Djokovic will get there. The question is going to be, will anyone else take a few sets off of these guys and wear them down? Hurkacz, if he survives today, will need 5 sets to get by Fokina. Vesely, potentially waiting in the 2nd round. Tommy Paul, talk about a guy who's had a great season. He's seeded 30, he'd be a 3rd round opponent. Cam Norrie, Grigor Dimitrov, Francis Tiafoe, Bublik, Fucsovic, Lakovic, Busta even, I'll mention his name. Some nice grass court results, so it won't be easy, but I'm thinking it's Djokovic and Hurkacz in the semis on the top half. Bottom half starts tomorrow, so they haven't played any of these matches yet. The real wild card is Rafael Nadal's injured foot. If he's healthy, he can win Wimbledon, as he has done before. Francisco Cerundolo, 1st round. Sam Querrey, talk about your dangerous floaters. He does nothing all year, but when the grass court season shows up, he starts playing really well. Querrey did beat Djokovic at Wimbledon, and was it 2016? Back when Djokovic was a seemingly unbeatable. So Querrey and Nadal, that could be an interesting one in the second round. Sonigo, Cilic, Fritz, Rune, there's some seeds. Musetti, a dangerous floater in there. Gasquet, Feliciano Lopez. Talk about your all-time greats, veterans in there. If he's healthy, he should go pretty deep. Quarterfinal would be Felix or Dan Evans, or maybe Fritz just won a tournament last week, so he can play on grass. Top, well, I guess we'll call it the third quarter. Matteo Berrettini, my pick, I believe. Yeah, I would definitely put him into that semi. He's seeded 8, but he's by far the best grass court player in his quarter. Tsitsipas, he did win a 250 last week. However, the grass court results just haven't been there. Tsitsipas could be looking at Jordan Thompson in the second round, Filip Krajinovic in the third, Ogu Shapovalov in the fourth. A very tough path to get into those quarters. Berrettini would play Guerin, first round, good clay quarter. Huesler or Grenier. Brooksby the seed, Diminar, Schwartzman. A lot of wild cards and lucky losers in there. Kolar, Bonzi, Bergs, Brody, Jack Draper's in there. Ogu Shapovalov. Dennis hasn't been consistent. Ogu does play well on grass, so I'm leaning Ogu to potentially get through the Canadian and maybe even put Ogu over Tsitsipas into that quarter. But the safe bet, I think, is going to be Berrettini and Nadal in the other semi. And then we're going to see, okay? We've seen the young kids, the clay quarters, step up to the plate and knock out some of the big three in the results. But on grass, who is it? Djokovic 1, Nadal 2. There's your seeds. We did a video about Medvedev not being there, and it's unfortunate because I think Medvedev had a very good chance to potentially win this tournament. He played all 3 weeks of the grass courts leading up to Wimbledon and did fairly well. It's unfortunate that he won't get to play. Djokovic, Nadal 1 and 2. Who could beat them? Definitely Hurkacz and Berrettini. We saw Berrettini in the finals last year, and again, how's Nadal's foot going to hold up? Will anyone take him to 3 or 4 or 5 sets? Berrettini's younger. I think Berrettini will have a lot of easy matches. I think it's Berrettini in the finals. As crazy as this sounds, I'm going to say it's Berrettini that wins this tournament. And as crazy as this also sounds, I'm going to say Hurkacz over Djokovic, giving us a Berrettini-Hurkacz final, with Berrettini winning Wimbledon. How do you like that? Let's look at the ladies. Iga Swiatek hasn't lost a match in, 40 years? She didn't play any warm-ups on the grass. And I don't believe she's had decent results on grass ever. First round opponent is a qualifier who just played 3 grass court tournament matches in the qualies and won them all. Jana Fett. She's going to be ready to go. Swiatek is it's not going to be easy. Kovanec second round. Putintseva or Cornet in the third. Cornet just made a deep run. Teichmann, another deep. Teichmann Tomljanovic first round. Wow. Krejcikova. Well, she won the French last year. Good doubles player, so you can't count her out on the grass. Muguruza's in there. Vandeweghe. Andreescu. There's some. Sloane Stephens. You never know what these players are going to do. Wow, as we speak, Hurkacz serving for the match in the 5th set against Fokina. But Kvitova just won Eastbourne. Was it Eastbourne? Yeah, 500 points. 25th seed, 2-time Wimbledon champ. Paolini first round, Bogdan Yastremska second. Badosa is the seed. I like Kvitova's chances to go deep here. Halep and Georgi would be the 4th round opponent. Two very good grass court players. I think you got to give the edge to Halep there. Halep, Kvitova, I don't know. I think Halep's got to be my pick. I mean, I know she didn't... I had her going deep in the French and it didn't work, but I think Halep. She has, again, the intangibles. Corey Gauff, Karolina Pliskova in the bottom half of this page. Sorribes Tormo's in there. Christina McHale. Anisimova. Serena Williams. Wow. It's been a while since we saw her play tennis. Pegula, the 8th seed, will play Donna Vekic. Good grass quarter. Dart is in that area. Oh boy, who do you pick? How do you pick this? I'm thinking Gauff. Gauff has Rusi, then either Buzanescu or Shunk. Anisimova 3rd round. Tormo, McHale, Serena, Pliskova. Just not grass quarters. As crazy as it sounds, I think Gauff has the easiest path to the finals in the top half. I don't think Swiatek's going to get the job done on the grass. Muguruza's great, but she's inconsistent. Andreescu's had a nice comeback, but can she survive 2 grueling weeks? Gauff's in the finals of the French and Wimbledon. How's that? How do you like that prediction? Bottom half of the ladies' draw, of course, is underway already. Ons Jabeur. I think we picked her to go deep at the French, and she went out the first round. She's had a nice grass court lead up, and I'm putting her in the finals. I mean, Kontaviet, 2 seed, is good on grass, but has not played any of the warm-ups. Bencic is in there, but she got hurt. Haddad Maia has had some great results, but I don't know about going deep in the majors there. Raducanu's in there. Is she a one-hit wonder? Does she have what it takes to play on the grass? Again, Wimbledon was cancelled 2 years ago because of the COVID, and there's just not a lot of grass court tennis events in the past couple of years. So some of these younger players, this is their first real chance on the grass. Danielle Collins, seeded 7. Again, she hasn't done much in the grass court warm-ups. Ali Riske has, and she's already won her first round match over Jelena Inalban. And she'll play the qualifier Maya Schlawinska, who shocked Siniakova today in the first round. Whoever comes out of that might have a fairly good chance at going deep. I'm going to take Van Uytvanck to upset Raducanu in the first round. That match is underway, and it's 3-all in first set. Also in that top portion of the bottom draw, Kerber is seeded, and he'll play Mladenovic in the first round. 2 of my favorites. Personal favorites. I don't think either of them will go very deep. Here, then again, Kerber has a Wimbledon championship in her pocket. Magdalena, 2nd round. I would probably say she's the pick, because she's done well. Mertens is in there, but she hasn't done much. Again, Jabeur. Over Bjorklund, 1 and 3. Marino or Kawa in the 2nd round. Canopy, the 3rd round seed. Always tough. Kerber, Mladenovic, Linette. Doesn't really matter. I've got Jabeur into that quarter. Dangerous floater is Caroline Garcia, who just won the tournament last week. Again, Garcia would have to play Van Uytvanck or Raducanu. Keys has pulled out, so there's an opening there. Zhang Shui will move into the seed as number 33 seed. But yeah, I just like Jabeur in that section. Bottom quarter, Kontaviet, Sakari, Ostapenko just won a title. Bencic. This is a tougher section. There's some really good grass court players in here. If Bencic is healthy, she could make a deep run. Kalinina has already beat Bondar. Serenko has beat Burrage. So we're going to... 2 Ukrainians, 2nd round. Ostapenko. When she did very well last week. Trevisan, great run at the French, but hasn't played much on grass. Sakkari's been up and down. I'm thinking Ostapenko in the quarters against either Haddad Maia or Bencic if she's healthy. Is it crazy to put Ostapenko into that semi? Jabeur. I'm putting Jabeur in the finals. Jabeur Gauff Championship? My goodness. Can Jabeur win Wimbledon? Yeah. Who will handle the pressure more? I think Gauff, to be honest. As crazy as this sounds, I'm predicting Corey Gauff will win Wimbledon by defeating Ons Jabeur in the finals. And as mentioned earlier, I'm going with Berrettini over Hurkacz, so I don't have money right now, so I'm not going to be placing any bets. And but if you're looking for some dark horses, these just might be some opportunities to consider. Again, take my picks with a grain of salt because I'm not always right, but that's what I see based on where things are at. I watched quite a bit of the grass court warm-up events, so yeah, as I mentioned in one of my videos a couple weeks ago, Wimbledon isn't the same this year. The Russians and the Belarusians have been banned through no fault of their own, strictly a political matter. And the ATP and WTA have stripped the ranking points away, so there are no ranking points for Wimbledon this year. This is strictly for prestige and, of course, prize money. But there's a lot of good players that will not be here that could potentially be favorites to win. I mentioned Medvedev. And on the ladies, I'll say Sabalenka could have very easily been a top seed and favorite. Daria Kasatkina, a Russian player who's had some great results the past couple weeks in the warm-up events. So it's unfortunate that we don't truly have the best of the best here. And we will watch some of it. And but yeah, it's just not quite the same. Out of the 4 majors this year, this one probably means the least because there are no points and because there are so many top players excluded. Anyway, there you go, folks. Enjoy the tournament.